Hey, good morning. It's Lisa Loring, and I'm here in the outside, even though it's getting a little chilly. I'm in Washington D.C., or just outside of Washington D.C. It's getting a little chilly, but it's still not bad. And I like to kind of try to be outside as much as possible because I think much of my day is spent indoors. So anyway, that's so funny. The High Priestess card kind of just popped out. I haven't even actually shuffled, but the cards have been flying all over the place. So the High Priestess card came out. And before I started my meditation, I really had this sense of like new beginnings. And as I'm sitting down, I'm like organizing myself outside, the Fool card came up. And of course, I'm getting ready to meditate. And these two cards have consistently come up the past couple of days, which is the Two of Swords. Yes. And I don't need to look. I can look at this. And the Four of Swords, which was really funny. It was, again, repeating that mantra of meditation, like really anchoring on a practice. And if you don't have a practice, email me. My email address is in the description below. I can definitely help you with that remotely as well as in person. But the meditation practice is really important, and it can be difficult. It can take a while to cultivate one, but it's worth it. It's really, really worth it. And starting small, like I said a couple of days ago, like 5 minutes. So I'm going to put these cards back in the deck, but we'll remember that they popped out. High Priestess card is, again, tapping into that inner knowing and wisdom that we all have. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle the deck, but, we'll remember that Two of Swords, that Four of Swords, and that Fool card came out, and they might come back out again. So what are the messages that are with us today, that are available for us from the tarot? It's such a wonderful divinatory. God, cards are going everywhere. I'll go ahead and let that one come out. That Nine of Pentacles card. Told ya that energy's been coming around. And what else do we have? These two want to come out too. They're really coming out. Six of Pentacles and Page of Pentacles. These two came out as well. Six of Pentacles was one of our cards the other day. And do we have one more card? Let's shuffle a little bit and see if one comes out. They're just kind of coming on out by themselves. Like I said, when I set up for meditation, cards just flipped right out. And I was like, no, we want to wait. We want to have a little meditation time. So pull in a little extra, see what else comes up. And then we'll focus strictly on the cards. So we have two more that are sneaking out. And we have the Two of Wands and the Hierophant. So those are interesting. So I'm going to angle the camera down so you can look strictly at the cards and enjoy the sounds of early morning nature. I've been up for a while. And the bottom of the deck is actually the Seven of Cups. Interesting. So I've got a cup of decisions and choices. I love that. And the Hanging Man, which is against, and the Lovers. This is really, really something that's, oh God, those dolphins are in there. Hello. Dolphins came up really strongly in my meditation this morning. This attitude of play. That resonates with me pretty hardcore. Putting down things that don't, were things that burdens. We've got a lot of good stuff in this deck, in this reading. I love it. I love it. So what do we have here? We've got the Nine of Pentacles that came out first, and this is a card of, every card in the rainbow is represented in the cards. When you read your tarot cards, you want to definitely look at what colors stand out at you. And of course, the vibrancy of her blue dress is one that comes up. The blue color has been a color that has been very strong in all of our readings in the past several days. And that blue color is the color of the throat chakra. And it's very much a part of communication, to remember to listen as much as speak, making listening the more important part of the point of communication. And listening is also, what I haven't been saying, I noticed in the past couple of days, but it's been certainly resonant and a weaving theme over the past couple of days for me, is that listening is also a way of receiving. right? It's receiving. So you're receiving information. Where are you receiving your information from? Does it make you feel in the kind of abundance and mastery that this woman has? Like, she's obviously tamed a pretty amazing falcon, and she's got butterflies. She's got a lot of coin coming in. She's a very skilled craftsperson who has, created, worked with the universe, listened, received. She's worked as much as she's expressed and expended herself as much as she's drawn in. And that is a very big part of being in a place of independence and abundance and mastery and joy, as this woman clearly is. It's the give and take. It can't just be that you work, and you're putting yourself out there and you're grinding and you're grinding and you're grinding. You have to actually be open to receive and let what's coming to you just come, and let the universe do the heavy lifting. And that was another piece that came up for me a little later. I'm always kind of like meditating on the cards and the messages that they have, but the universe is here to help guide us. We have to actually open our arms to the abundance, to what people around us want to give. It's not just these things, these coins falling out of the sky, right? You're actually working with the universe in a way, and all the resources around you in a way, to put yourself in this place of abundance, in an attitude of abundance, even if you don't have it around you. Like, look what does work. Again, go back to that theme that was basically the overall theme of the week. What is working? What is working? Keep working with that. She is. And it's working. She's working in a place where, again, we're in the Six of Pentacles. So again, the Six of Pentacles message that came up a couple of days ago was really to focus on these hands. This is, if you want to think about this as a way of very basely, very coarsely, if you want, just, all this coin coming to you from like out of nowhere. And it's like, what is of value to you? But what is of value to you? That's the important questions that we need to be asking when we're looking at these coin cards. And a lot of them, we've got 1, 2, 3 coin cards have come up: the 9, the 6, the Page. The Hierophant is also a card of Taurus, and it's definitely like a card of Earth. It's also a card of Capricorn. Although, Capricorn isn't ruled by Uranus. It's actually ruled by Saturn. But you see a Uranus in the background on that card, right? So how do we change our perspective about where our value is and where we want to place our commitments? And I think that's what's coming up for me in this card. And it's also the number 5 card, which is a card of transformation. It's about changing our perspectives about our beliefs, about, allowing ourselves to receive and come in. Where do we want to actually place our value that does feel completely abundant? And I love that the peacock came up again. Dolphins and peacocks have been a big theme for me lately, and we can look up the significance of those two animals maybe a little later, and I'll talk about them in the IGTV video that I'll do a little later today. Again, the Two of Wands. So again, where are we placing our attention? Where do we want to move forward into? Where do we want to put those energies? How do we change our belief system in order to make a journey into? And I talked about this card earlier in the week about what maybe seems like the path of resistance, which is obviously this path over here on the right of the card, maybe your left or whatever. This looks like a lot more is going on, a little more of an intense mountain to climb. It's got some ivy and stuff, but this is actually eternal, an evergreen. This is going to be the path that never ceases to fail. And although, yes, you do have to work, because there is, again, this give and take. Like, are you giving? Are you taking? Finding that balance. He's also got the scales, finding that balance about how you're receiving. You do need to meet the universe. The universe will open doors for you, but can you step through it? And the doors are another thing that I want to bring up. I see that it's signified in this number 2 of Wands card. This is a card of decision, deciding what path we want to take. Today's numerology, I was really drawn to look at that today, adds up to the number 11, which is, again, a doorway. It creates a doorway for us to walk through in order for us to move into the, that more abundant mindset, that more receptive mindset, to let things come in as much as we're putting out. But it has to be both ways. Striking that balance is really important. We're in Libra season. He's doling out money by using scales. It's really this balance of give and take, and you have to take in order to give. And the number 29 is actually what the numerology of today came up to. And then 2 and 9, 2 plus 9 breaks down to that number 11. It's staying positive about your life purpose and put all your focus on being of service, utilizing your natural talents, passions, and interests. Natural talents, passions, and interests. Look at her. She's worked for that, but she's also receiving. She's also receiving. Utilizing your natural talents, passions, and interests. Doors are opening for you. Doors are opening for you. Just keep your faith strong. So have faith that the universe is going to provide lots and lots of cups and choices. If you feel like you have too many choices in front of you, take a look at this card. What are you drawn toward? What's the symbolism? And I'll hold it really steady. What's the symbolism that you see here? You've got a dove. This is peace. You've got those evergreens. What's your foundation? What's evergreen? What's something that you can really draw upon? You've got these bubbles coming up. What are the wishes and dreams? Even if it seems like it's something that is not attainable, but it make your heart sing. You've got these diamonds, this purple light. This is the sixth chakra. Is it more of a spiritual ideal? This one's got all the rainbows shooting out of it. We'll come back to that card. So, take a look at that card. What are you drawn toward? What color is really resonating for you? Resonate with that. Meditate on that today. The Hanging Man, we have an opportunity to, we do feel like we're trying to make some decisions here. And the Hanging Man is often depicted as someone who's been, well, the traditional tarot has, a guy who's committed a crime, and he's got to kind of, hang out and deal with the consequences of it and think about his actions. The Hanging Man is also a symbol of Odin in the Viking tradition, where he kind of hung upside down for like days and just let all kinds of things attack him, and rose to his own immortality. He bared himself. He allowed himself to hang upside down and take a different perspective on things in order to find his own divinity. And that's another theme that came up really, really strong today and yesterday. Find your own divinity, because you are a divine being. You are perfect, and you know what you're doing. You are fully deserving. And, the Page of Pentacles, if you don't know what you're doing, you know what? That's okay. What's calling to you that might help you learn a little bit more? Do you have some messages coming in of things that you want to do? The Page of Pentacles is often kind of like a player card, if you will. A person who is always starting new things in terms of a monetary or like a career source or an educational source. So what? Learn new things. He's here to tell you to learn new things in order to get the places that you want to go, because there's coins behind, go out, learn new stuff. The universe is here offering us all kinds of opportunities. You're not going to take a wrong step. You're not going to take a wrong step. Now, one of the things is, you've got this Lover's card coming out. It might be a decision in a relationship. You're trying to create some equality in your relationship in order to be in this kind of intimacy. It's a very intimate card. I love the depiction on this card. Sexy as fuck. I love it. And there's the balance of, the masculine raising up the feminine, and again, offering us that opportunity to be in that more receptive mode that is a feminine energy. She's receiving divine, through her, he's also receiving. Do you see that? And you've got but they're doing it with an attitude of play. Those dolphins behind them are that attitude of play, of joyfulness, of, being in their emotions. And also, of the doorway to understanding is being through the emotions, being willing to be with your emotions in a light and playful way and not letting them drag you down. Like the 10 of Wands. But maybe this gives you so much energy that you feel like you can pick up everything and carry it forward and just, I got this, because the universe is behind me. But maybe you do need to be a little more discerning. There's our Queen of Swords, but she's doing it with a feminine edge, not that masculine King of Swords edge. She's being very discerning, but she's also doing things with a sense of humor, a sense of play, and that's a very Queen of Swords attribute. And with that kind of attitude, then you're in the driver's seat. So I'm going to leave it at that, and I'll continue to, think on the, meditate on the cards as I move through my day, and like yesterday, kind of see how things manifest. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave them below. If this is a general reading, so if you'd like a personal reading, you can get my email addresses will be in the description below as well. And if you have questions on details on getting a personal reading, that's for you. I can certainly do that. But enjoy this fun energy today. Play and balance, and have a great day.